Today, I'm going to tell you about the Hollow Creek incident while I carve a jack-o'-lantern, one of the most iconic symbols of Halloween. It all began near my hometown in West Virginia, in a place called Hollow Creek. Locals say it's just an old legend, but I know better. Because 9 years ago, I saw what lives under that bridge. And last night, I think it came back. It happened the Halloween weekend of 2016. Back then, I was 17, a small-town kid in Dunford, West Virginia. Hollow Creek ran about 2 miles out of town, a thin black vein cutting through the woods. Everyone said not to go near it after dark. Some called it cursed. Some said it was haunted by a miner who drowned there in the 40s. But mostly people just said, don't go after midnight. That night, my friends and I, Dylan, Marissa, and Cody, decided we'd go anyway. Dylan had this idea to film the whole thing for YouTube. He wanted to be famous. He always said, fear gets click. You could smell the creek before you saw it. Wet leaves, rust, and decay. The bridge was narrow and rotted through. Every step creaked like the metal was breathing. We started laughing, pretending we weren't scared. Dylan set the camera on the railing and said, let's make a loo. Gent. Then we heard it. A splash. Not a fish, too heavy. Cody pointed his light down at the water, but it was perfectly still. Flat. Black. Lee. Kuglass. Marissa said, do you hear that? It was humming, coming from under T Bridge. Dylan leaned over the edge, flashlight in hand. Hello. No answer. Just that low, wet sound. Then he said, I see. E something. We leaned in. Something pale moved beneath the surface, long like arms, but the water didn't ripple. It wasn't swimming. He was waiting. We packed up fast. The air felt thicker, like breathing underwater. Then we heard it, a whisper. Whisper circling from left to right ear. Don't go. Not words exactly, just sound shaped like one. It came from the trees, then the creek, then right beside us. Dylan shouted into the dark, say that again, but it didn't. Instead, we heard footsteps, wet, slow, moving toward us from the water. That was it. We ran. We made it back to the car and just sat there, shaking. Then Dylan left. That nervous, I can't believe we did that laugh. And said, please tell me someone got that on camera. We watched the footage right there. At first, it looked normal. Then, in one frame, there was something standing in the water. Tall. Skin gray and thin. No eyes. Just 2 black hollows. When Dylan leaned over the railing, the thing tilted its head up, staring right at him. The clip ended there. No one said a word. Dylan shut the camera off. We drove home in silence. 2 nights later, Halloween, Dylan disappeared. He told his mom he was going back to Hollow Creek to get better footage. They found his backpack. The camera was still recording. The last 12 seconds showed the bridge. Empty. Then the camera tilted, and something crawled up the side of the bridge. For years, I tried to forget. Then last October, he came back. I was closing the diner when a man walked in. Barefoot, soaked, eyes white like milk. He looked older, but I knew that face. "Coffee," he said. When I handed it to him, he grabbed my wrist. Cold. Too cold. "It's still hungry," he whispered. Then he walked out into the rain. I went back there that night. The bridge was half collapsed, the water black as tar. I opened Dylan's last video. At 7 seconds in, I saw a reflection in the creek. My own face. But it wasn't looking at the camera. It was looking behind me. Faint humming returns. Water movement. Distant whisper. "Don't go." Something moved beneath the surface. I ran, and I've been running ever since. Every Halloween, someone disappears near Hollow Creek. They say the bridge finally collapsed last year. But some nights, you can still hear that humming. And if you look down into the water, sometimes you'll see a reflection staring back. Not yours. Last night, I saw him again, standing at the edge of the bridge. Dylan. But his mouth was open wide, and from it came the sound of rushing water. And 100 voices whispering my name. Cut to black. Distant whisper. "Don't go." The Hollow Creek Incident, based on true events. If you ever drive through Dunford, West Virginia, don't stop near the bridge. Some legends aren't made for telling. Some just want to be remembered. Subscribe if you enjoyed the story. I'm just 50 subscribers away from making my dream a reality. Thank you for watching. If you've ever experienced something strange, tell me your story in the comments below. And if you survived till the end, give this video a like. It helps keep the darkness away.